You may have seen advertisements or news stories about Real ID. But what is it? And what does it mean to you? Real ID is a federal law that affects how states issue driver's licenses and photo ID cards, if they are going to be acceptable for federal purposes, such as boarding a domestic commercial flight or entering a military installation or federal facility that requires ID. Soon, Pennsylvanians will need either a Real ID compliant license, identification card, or another form of federally acceptable identification, like a passport or military ID, to board domestic commercial flights, enter a military base, or enter a federal facility that requires ID at the door. Getting a Real ID is optional in Pennsylvania, but if you want to get one, federal regulations require that PennDOT verify certain documents. So you need to bring them with you when you visit the driver's license center. All documents you present must be original versions or certified copies. No photocopies will be accepted. First, you'll need to show proof of identity. That can be an original or certified copy of a birth certificate filed with the state office of vital records with a raised, embossed seal, or a valid, unexpired U.S. passport or passport card. You'll need to show an original Social Security card. It can be laminated or unlaminated with your current legal name. If you are not a U.S. citizen, there are slightly different document requirements. If you're a non-U.S. citizen and you'd like to get a Real ID, we recommend visiting penndot.pa.gov/realid and clicking on Info for Non-U.S. Citizens. You'll also need to show 2 proofs of your residency in Pennsylvania, like your current driver's license or vehicle registration, auto insurance card, or a utility bill. Also, if your current full legal name is different than what is shown on your proof of identity document, your birth certificate or passport, you must show legal documentation of the change to PennDOT when applying for a Real ID. Examples of name change documentation are original or certified copies of marriage certificates issued by a county court or a court order reflecting the name change. You can go to any PennDOT driver license center with the proper documentation and apply for Real ID. You'll receive your Real ID in the mail within 7 to 10 business days. PennDOT also has 12 Real ID driver license centers statewide, where you can visit with the required documents and receive your Real ID at the time of service. To find a location near you, visit dmv.pa.gov and click on Find a Location, or call 717-412-5300. TTY callers can dial 711. When you get your Real ID, you will pay a one-time fee of $30, plus the appropriate fee for renewing your driver's license or photo ID. The expiration date of your first Real ID will include any time remaining on your current license or ID card, plus an additional 4 years, unless you are over 65 and have a 2-year license. This expiration date structure means that you won't lose time that you've already paid for. After the initial Real ID product expires, you will pay no additional fee beyond regular renewal fees to renew a Real ID product. Again, getting a Real ID is optional. If you don't fly or visit military bases or secure federal facilities, you don't need to get one. And remember, you can request an American Sign Language interpreter to assist you in the process. To learn more about Real ID on PennDOT's website, visit penndot.pa.gov/RealID or call 717-412-5300. TTY callers can dial 711. To reach the Office for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, voice or TTY users can call 800-233-3008. Video phone users can call 717-831-1928.